This is KGW News at noon.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Drew Carney. We start today's news at noon with new developments on the future of the WNBA in Portland because it's starting to look like a new women's basketball team could very well land here. This morning, the league officially announced it's adding a team to the San Francisco Bay Area, so that much we know for sure. But multiple outlets, including The Athletic, are now reporting that the WNBA could also add a second expansion team here in Portland. Now, the city has been in the mix for this for a while. In fact, Oregon Senator Ron Wyden has been at the forefront of bringing a new franchise here. Of course, we'll keep you updated if or when an official announcement is made. Meanwhile, police in Tualatin arrested a minor connected to threats that shut down Hazelbrook Middle School. Investigators say the minor posted a message on Snapchat threatening violence. Those threats followed a viral video that showed one student at the school attacking another. Now, it's not clear if the person who was arrested is a student at the school, but the district says measures have been taken to ensure student and staff safety. The Tualatin Tigard School District and Tualatin Police also clarified that the Snapchat threat was separate from emails that talked about bomb threats and shootings at the school. Two more people were sentenced this morning in the murder of Clark County Sheriff Department Sergeant Jeremy Brown. Guillermo Reyes-Leon was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without parole this morning. Prosecutors say he snuck up behind Sergeant Brown while Brown was sitting in an unmarked car and shot him. Reyes-Leon's sister, or his sister-in-law, I should say, Misty Ray, you see her right there on the screen, was also sentenced this morning. She'll serve 25 years for second-degree murder. The getaway driver in this case received his sentence for second-degree murder back in August. Crime Stoppers of Oregon is offering up to $2,500 for information that could lead to an arrest in the hit-and-run death of Maria Negrete. On September 18th, the single mother of 5 pulled her car over to pick up a cell phone that she had dropped out the window. Authorities say that's when a driver hit her and drove away without stopping. So we have some details that we can share on the screen here about the time and place of that hit and run. Police do not know, though, the make or model of the car that hit Negrete or any of the details about the driver. You can submit a tip online at any time at crimestoppersoforegon.com.
He did a little bit of everything, and most importantly, he touched everybody's heart.
That is the father talking about his son, who was one of the 2 people who died in a plane crash in Newburgh on Tuesday night. KGW's Catherine Cook attended a vigil for that son last night, and she also talked to his father before another memorial that's scheduled for this Sunday.
Family members tell us the 3 crash victims were roommates. One was an instructor here at Hillsborough Aero Academy, and 2 were students. That includes 20-year-old Barrett Bivacqua.
Barrett was a shining star. We're blessed that we had 20 amazing years with him.
Matt Bivacqua says his son Barrett died following his dream.
100%. He went out doing what he loved.
It's a small comfort to Barrett's family and the hundreds of others who lit candles for him Wednesday night at the Hillsborough Airport. Just one day before, Barrett and 2 others boarded a plane here. 30 minutes later, the Piper Seminole spiraled out of control and crashed into this home in Newburgh. No one inside the house was injured. Barrett and his flight instructor, 22-year-old Michelle Cavalotti, were killed. Another student pilot, 20-year-old Emily Hurd, survived, suffering serious injuries. All 3 were roommates. Barrett and Emily were part of Horizon Air's Ascend Pilot Academy, which trains students to become commercial pilots. They partnered with the Hillsborough Aero Academy. Federal transportation officials are investigating what caused the crash.
Was weather a factor? We're going to be taking a look at the airplane itself. We're going to be looking at airplane maintenance records. Was there a potential, was there any kind of mechanical anomalies that would have precluded normal operations?
Loved ones say Barrett had dreamed of being a pilot since he was 2 years old. But the Lake Ridge grad had other passions. He played football and baseball. He loved to sing, cook, and hunt.
He was a Renaissance man. He brightened up a room. He had a smile that just melted you. He made other people better.
And on this night, they gathered to remember Barrett. 20 years on Earth, dreaming of the heavens. Barrett's father is planning a memorial for his son. It'll be this Sunday afternoon at the Lake Ridge High School football field. The public is welcome. In Hillsborough, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Following that report from Catherine, let's take another look at some other headlines that we're following this afternoon. So today is day 2 of what's set to be a 3-day strike for roughly 4,000 Kaiser healthcare workers in Oregon and Southwest Washington. This group includes hundreds of different positions, everything from radiology technicians and medical assistants to hospital housekeepers. They're asking for better pay, more staffing, and greater job protections. In a statement, Kaiser told KGW that it's offering pay hikes of 12.5% over 4 years and is also accelerating its hiring process. Again, this worker strike is set to last through tomorrow. This morning, Multnomah County Commissioners voted to appoint Rachel Banks as director of the county's health department. County Chair Jessica Vega-Peterson suggested Banks become director of the health department last month. Today's vote confirmed her appointment. Banks is currently the state of Oregon's public health director, and she also led Multnomah County's COVID response when the pandemic first hit in 2020. Quick heads up for drivers, a stretch of I-84 near the 205 interchange will be closed starting tomorrow night until early Monday morning. Crews are working on a new Max Track crossing near the Gateway Transit Center. It's all part of TriMet's Better Red project, designed to extend the Max Red line to serve 10 more stations. TriMet's bus and Max service will not be affected by this weekend's work, and that stretch of 84 is set to reopen by 4 o'clock Monday morning. And that's a look at some of today's local headlines. All right, Chris McGinnis, you promised some weather before noon that would be bright and sunny, and you delivered for us, my friend.
I delivered. I did. I also slipped our producer 20 to get him to write that nice script for you to welcome the sunshine this afternoon. Here's a live look from Timberline Lodge, pointed south towards Mount Jefferson and the Three Sisters. It's clear in the Cascades. We have cleared the coast out. The live look from the Chinook Winds Casino Resort camera in Lincoln City. Just a little haze there. That's normal stuff, right? And a different perspective of Mount Hood. This from Oregon's Veterans Home in the Dalles. We've cleared the sky out in the gorge as well. It is beautiful. Check this out. Visible satellite imagery over the last 4 hours showing the north breeze starting to kick in and the cloud cover slowly eroding here across the central and southern Willamette Valley. You will see sun in not too long of a time down towards Salem, Corvallis, and Eugene. Right now it is bright, it is sunny, and we are now up to 68 degrees. Last check at PDX. It's 69 in Hillsborough. McMinnville checking in with 72. And look at this. Brookings is at 78. Briefly, Brookings got all the way up to 84 degrees. That is a function of the downslope wind coming off the coastal range there and the Cascades and compressing the air and adding to that additional warming. I expect that type of offshore breeze to develop here in the Willamette Valley beginning this evening. That will keep our low temperatures up overnight and serve as a springboard to get us back into the 80s again tomorrow. I say again because we're headed there this afternoon. Drew, we probably finish off the day around 80 or maybe 81 with full sunshine. Sundown tonight at about 6:43.
All right, we'll have more from Chris coming up here in a few minutes. Right now, we want to talk about some of the new numbers that show the use of Narcan is on the rise in Washington schools. So Narcan is used to reverse the effects of an opioid overdose, and high schools in Washington are required to have it on hand. Last year, Narcan was used at least 42 times in schools across the state, which is a huge jump from the 6 times it was used just 2 years ago.
We're seeing that it's happening to infants, toddlers, people that are not necessarily trying to ingest drugs, and they're being exposed and overdosing.
One other thing to note here, Narcan reports do not have to be officially reported by Washington schools, so those numbers we just gave you could actually be higher than we officially know right now. Our investigative team did take a deeper dive and a closer look at Narcan in schools, including what one student is doing to make sure that her classmates are prepared. You can watch that full investigative report on our KGW YouTube page.